first round and what that was like? That left hook, it maybe made you forget the rest of it.
Hurricane Katrina. It was just, I think I got, he hit me pretty good, and then I didn't know where, for a second, I ended up on the ground, and I just had to go in survival mode and try to stay busy. I really have to thank the referee, for allowing that thing to go on. I wasn't hurt. I thought if I just kept moving, I could feel his punches slowly becoming less and less, and I thought, well, if I get out of here, and then I'm going to exert a bunch of energy, and I realized, there was short time left, and I just tried to stay busy, He's a beast. He was, he definitely won the first round. Definitely won the first round.
And then I just want to ask you, did you feel a difference in him? Like, in other words, did he feel different to you in the second round? Like, like he had left it all in there in the first?
Well, I've been in them situations before. I think some of my pro wrestling days, prepares me for the ups and downs and kind of things. I just don't get too emotionally attached to a certain round, and we train for that in the gym. There's certain things that you just are going to happen. You got no control over it, and it's whether or not if you just can get out of there and do the right things to move on. I knew that I lost the first round, but there's still 4 rounds left, and I thought, well, we're in a fight for sure now. I thought, well, here we go. I'm going to have to win this round for sure.
Brock, over to your right, just down here. Where'd that submission come from? That's something that
from
we really
Comprito.
haven't seen.
From my jiu-jitsu coach, Comprito. These guys are loyal to me, and I appreciate that. They've stuck with me. Marty Morgan, Peter Welch, Eric Paulson, Comprito. Luke Richardson, Peter. We brought Peter in, and I did not show very good boxing skills in the first round. We worked on a lot of stuff, but we got the W.
When did you feel right away that that you had it locked in, or when just sort of that few seconds?
Well, ironically, it happened on the other side. We train mostly for the other side, and then it happened. It actually all went totally backwards into it, and so it was just one of those things where I had to jump to the other side, and then I was where I needed to be. But it just becomes training, part of second nature. You got to just react, I guess.
And I'm sorry, just a quick one for Chris. You talk about entertaining, entertaining the fans. Really, I think it was after the second round, and then when when you won it, the crowd, that was a superstar reaction.
What'd I do?
Just how did it feel? Simple question, but that reaction that you got from...
it's funny because Joe will say the same thing after a fight. He'll be like, halfway through the second round, he came with this and you countered with this. I don't remember. I wish I could tell. It's so overwhelming. We train our whole lives. I can't even tell you. I laid in bed last night and cried because I want to win so bad. I don't want to let my coaches in my corner down so much, and everybody that's put so much into me. The emotion afterward is just, it's mind-boggling. I can't explain it. There's nothing like winning a fight in the UFC. There's nothing like it in the world. Period.
I have a question for Brock. Brock, you went to mount. To be honest with you, I was kind of surprised that you didn't, use a lot of ground and pound and hammer fist there. So when you went, did you see something in Shane Carwin's ground game? Obviously, we haven't seen much of it at all. But did you hear of anything that maybe there would be a submission open? Were you planning for that?
We we kind of suspected that he would be prepared for my ground and pound, so Caprito pointed this submission out that, listen, this is something that's very feasible for you to do. It's a wrestling, basically it's a headlock. Karatayami? I don't know. I can't even pronounce it, but no, we just trained for it, and it's just great. It's great. I don't know what else to say.
This question is first question is for Brock over here to your right. Earlier in the run-up to the fight, you had said that it didn't really matter if the fans booed or cheered. Did it feel a little differently tonight to have the fans embrace you kind of for the first time?
As long as they're paying attention, I guess it's all good, you know. I approached this fight really differently, you know. I mean, it might have a lot of, you know, we are entertaining people, you know, but this is truly a sport. This is as real as it gets, obviously, and but you gotta have a little fun while you're out there too, you know. What the hell?
And earlier you said that you wanted to thank the referee. Were you at all worried that it might have been stopped? Because looking out from the press row, it looked pretty bad.
Yeah, there was a time where I thought, you know, that, but he did come to me before the fight and said, you know, if there's, he says, heaven forbid, if the fight gets ugly and somebody's getting in a bad situation, you have to show me something that you're still staying alive down there. And so that just kept going through my mind. I gotta keep moving, you know. And I could feel Shane. Every punch just was less and less and less. And I thought, well, if that, I knew the worst was done. So.
And this final one is for Chris Lieben. Right before the third round, you raised your hands. What was going through your mind going into that third? Did you know that you kind of had the fight won?
Once again, man, I was caught up in the moment. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it. He cracked me a couple good. I mean, look at my face. You know, I caught a couple good ones. You know, you probably know more about right before the third round than I do. That is the honest to God fact.
For Brock, please. Obviously, I mean, any win special, title win, great. But is the way you won this fight, does it make it even more special? I mean, surviving through trouble in the first round, getting a submission, kind of showing your evolution as a fighter. Do you take any added emphasis in that?
It's just great to win. You know, honest to God, I mean, from what I've been through since November 6th of 2009 up until this point, it feels like it's been 10 years. I mean, it's been that. It's been a grueling road. And I can say this. I mean, until somebody actually, you know, saw me laying there. Marty Morgan was by my hospital bed from day one and saw me, you know, where I was. And to be here, it really is truly a miracle. I mean, it is. To come back from all that and to be here and to win, words just cannot describe it. I really feel like I'm in a dream.
And for George, please, can you talk about how you feel right now? I mean, this is your sixth straight win. It's a big win, and you're just up there giving two-word answers and looking all serious. I mean, were you disappointed with yourself, or what's going on?
No, I'm happy that I won. I wasn't happy with what happened at the end of the last round, but you know, look, I'm just happy to fight and win, man. That's the most important thing. You know, the rest is all air.
And the third round was his best round by far. I mean, was that something on your end, or does it just show what Pellegrino has been saying?
I think he had to come out hard in that last round and perform, because he was definitely down in the first two rounds. And you know, I made a mistake and he capitalized.
Do you enjoy it at all? Or
look, I'm really happy. Look, there's a lot of pressure off my back right now. You know, I've been thinking about this day for several months. You know, morning, noon, and night I train, and this is all I think about. And just, you know, coming here is a lot of pressure on me, and right now I'm just relieved that I won, and